Ian, we have a scumbag
Seller
of
the
week.
week.
This is brought to the attention on Twitter by our pal. I won't say who. Keep their identity secret. Who was laughing at the description of this? Now, what is this? I didn't know at first, but this is a Sega Genesis cartridge only read description. That's always a good idea. From Forever Froggy 1111. That's 4 ones there. This game is a reproduction. This high-quality reproduction was personally made by me using a donor cartridge. Don't be fooled by the Chinese reproductions. They are simply cheaply made flash cards, which should be cards, that turn your Sega Genesis into an emulator. My games, since they are made from original Sega Genesis game cartridges, are much higher quality and provide the same exact gaming experience the original game cartridge does without costing you a ton of money. Okay, Ian, how many things are wrong with that statement then?
A bunch. I mean, one, you can take blank PCBs and make cartridges. Like, it's not turning your system into a... Also, donor cartridges aren't great. I mean, you shouldn't go out and destroy games.
Well, let's just start with the first one. If you want to make the argument that some of these flash cards are cheaply made,
sure.
That was a problem with, I guess, many in the past, like some of the NES ones. I don't know about the Sega Genesis ones. The issue I have here is that the ones you buy from AliExpress aren't that expensive to begin with.
Sure.
You're not getting a deal. Yes, donor cartridges are bad. It's stupid to use them. You don't need any more because a lot of the times now you can just buy blank boards and burn your
right
own
here,
ROM.
$2.99 Sega Mega Drive Genesis cartridge replacement ROM PCB for prototype testing.
There you go. You can burn them using that, and you can buy shells for almost any of these old cartridges.
You need to get the chips and stuff that's just the PCB, but you don't need to use a donor cartridge.
Yes. But the silliest thing when someone says using a flash cart or something that was flash makes your system an emulator. So the digital information is exactly the same on the ROM, whether it's the original cartridge or you're buying it on AliExpress. The ROM source the same and isn't screwed around with. It's the same game.
Right.
So you're getting the same exact experience. Your system is not an emulator. Your game console is reading a ROM file. It doesn't care how it's being read or where it comes from. It's reading the ones and zeros on that digital file. So the experience is exactly the same. So to use it as a marketing ploy, saying your Sega Genesis is being turned into an emulator is the silliest. It's like the silliest sort of angle you can get to sell your hacked up cartridges that you're now using to create rare games. That Skeleton Crew costs what? A couple $100 at least. I'm assuming. I'd never heard of the damn game before.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's got to be expensive. So you're selling counterfeit carts with the angle that it's not being an emulator because I'm using donors. Like that's.
Also, this person glues labels onto their cartridges like absolute shit.
Oh, okay.
Look at the picture.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. On top of that,
I can count the DPI from here.
I can count the dots.
Yeah,
literally.
So no need to use the donor cartridges.
And then of course, silly. You look at the other items there on the store, and of course they're all like hard to find games or ones that people want. Of course, there's a Musha. Let's see, you got Punisher is always one you see as reproduced. You got Hyperstone Heist. What else? Bloodlines down here. Gain Ground. I don't know what that even goes for. Not familiar. And of course, you got a Wild Guns in there for Super Nintendo.
I was not aware that Gain Ground was an expensive game.
Maybe it's very coveted. Contra Hardcore Wily Wars is down here. That's $5 more just because it's Mega Man, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why else it would be more money than the other reproductions there.
Because they can get more money out of it.
Grindstormer. Not familiar with that one. I guess it's a shooter. And so forth and so forth. So it's just silly because now it's not even the fact that you're doing counterfeit carts. You're trying to justify it as being the better counterfeit cart than buying just a board that you flash the ROM to directly. That's not a donor cart.
It's very silly.
It's extremely silly.
Very silly.
Anything else to add there?
No.
It's just we haven't seen this before. This sort of tactic.
This is sort of puffing out your chest. I use donor cartridges.
I was so intrigued by the tweet And the person on Twitter didn't do the link. I asked. I was like, you know what? I'll look it up myself. I looked it up via description search and found it. I'm like, okay, it's silly. It's silly and scummy. So it's I guess it's the silly scumbag seller of the
Silly scummy
week.